Welcome once again to discuss about controlled access protocol in computer networks. Normally, in control access protocol, the stations obtain informations from each other to seek out what the station has the authority to send. So it permits just one node to send at a time to control the collision of messages on a shared medium. Three controlled access methods are given by polling, token passing, and reservation method. Reservation, so it allocating the network resources in advanced for specific nodes. Then in case of polling, a controller grant access to all devices in a scheduling order. While in the case of token passing, a token circulate among all nodes present in the network and allowing the holder to transmit the data. The control access protocol always ensuring a efficient and orderly communication in computer networks. So thereby it prevents the collision and avoiding the data loss with the shared accessing transmission media. The first type is reservation based protocol. So normally in advance the network resources has been allocated that guarantees the access to specific devices during certain time slots. So the example of this method is time division multiple access and frequency division multiple access. Based on the time slots, the access has been given to the users. Here, based on the frequencies, the access has been given. So how it is working? So every device, as we already discussed, they are reserving a specific time slot or a channel for transmitting the data to avoiding collisions. So a simple example is to a scheduler allocates time slots for minimizing the chance of colliding the data. Example is a network scheduler allocating time slots for device to communicate with each other that helps in minimizing the data collisions. Example is TDMA, time division multiple access. So it dividing the transmission time into fixed time zones. So every user is assigning a specific time slot, and in that time slot only they are going to transmit the data. So there are several pros and cons of this reservation based access. So the performance can be predicted in a well-defined manner. It also guarantees the bandwidth, which helps the user can reserve it pre-defined manner. Then the cons of this method is the scheduling is somewhat complex, because if they have to reserve means the methodology is very complex and it will not support a high bursty traffic. Method is polling based protocol. Here a central controller grant access to all devices in a scheduling manner. So the controller polls each device and it is sending and receiving data with the help of the polling process, and the polled device can transmit the data. So how it is working? So the polling method is analogous to the roll call performed in school. Rather like the teacher, a controller sends a message to every node successfully. So while receiving the data, the primary device first it polls one node present in the network. Then it switches over to the next node present in the network. When it polls the node and after receiving data from the node, it sends an acknowledgement. So this is how it receives the data. So the primary and secondary concept has been implemented here. So the primary is a mainframe controller and the remaining are the nodes. So while for sending the data, initially it select one line. So after receiving acknowledgement from them, it sends the data. So after sending the data to that node, it receives the acknowledgement. It is a master slave approach like we discussed in a Bluetooth model. So the master polls each slave device in turn, granting them access to transmitting the data. So let us consider this example with the Bluetooth. So when a person switch on the Bluetooth means he is able to connect with 7 devices. So they are all the slaves and he is the main master. The range of communication is a very short one. Some pros and cons. So the main pros is that it is efficient for small network. Cons of this method is it is a central controlled bottleneck architecture, and it is not a scalable one. Then the third and final method is token passing protocol. So a token is circulated among all the devices that allows the holder to transmit the data. So the devices must pass the token to the next device in sequential after retransmittal. So if the particular person is holding the data, then if he is going to hand over the data to the next person, is he is the successor, and from the person who he received the token, that he called as a predecessor. So how this token passes protocol is working. So in this process, the stations are linked logically to every alternative in form of a ring, and access to station is ruled by tokens. So a token could be a special bit pattern or a little message that flows from station 1 to consecutive in some predefined order. So in the token ring, the token is passed from one station into different adjacent station within the ring. Whereas in case of token bus, every station uses the bus to send the token to the consecutive station in some predefined order. The architecture is very simple. The devices are connected in form of a logical ring, and the token has been circulated among them. The token carriers can have the permission for the holder to transmit the data. Some pros and cons for this method also. So the fairness is each device have get an equal opportunity to transmit. This is a high advantage of this method, and the throughput is also very high, as there is no collision when compared to previous methods. The main drawback of this method is the implementation is very complex, and the person has to wait for long amount of time to receive the tokens. Under some cases, there are loss of token issues has also been happening. So we have to compare all the previous control access methods. So every method has some pros and cons. So in terms of efficiency, fairness, complexity, and overhead. So based on our network requirements, we should choose the protocol. So that categories are the size of the network. So based on the network, we should choose the type of protocol that we are going to use. If the network size is small, means we should go for polling or token passing. Then the traffic patterns. So for predictable traffic, we should go for the reservation based access. So it helps to reduce the traffic. And for performance requirements, we should go with the token passing that provides the high throughput based on the complexity. That CSMA CA is simpler to implement rather than reservation based access protocol. CSMA, carrier sends multiple access. So we should listen before talk. Likewise, sense before transmit. So a simple example is, in a wireless network, the devices listen for activity before sending to avoid the collision. CSMA with the CD concept, which is nothing but the collision detection. So you should know about the concept of modulation. So modulation is nothing but the message signal has been combined with the carrier signal. So in case of long distance transmission, we need a carrier signal to take over the signal to transmit for a long range of communication. For that purpose, modulation plays a vital role. So it helps to avoid the collision during this process. Thank you for watching the video. Meet you in the next video. Till then, it's goodbye from Vijay.